Well, hi, Andrew Bell coming to you today for the last time for 2019 and from 5929 Turnberry Terrace at Sanctuary Cove. Now today I'll have some very relevant updates to wind up the year. But first, a few details about this stunning home. Truly this home is something really special. It's an ideally elevated, once-in-a-lifetime golf course frontage location here at Sanctuary Cove. Now Sanctuary Cove, of course, is regarded as Australia's premier integrated resort. And this home overlooking the golf course is unparalleled. Customised by the current owners to exacting standards, this residence is of the most elegant standards. And from the moment you walk through the front doors, you'll take note. Approximately 82 squares of home on 1,975 square metres of land. It features 4 hotel suite style bedrooms, all ensuited, relaxed indoor and outdoor living options, gourmet kitchen with butler's pantry, special studies, there's 2 of them, outdoor kitchen, cinema room with state-of-the-art equipment, and lush tropical gardens, complete with a cascading rock water wall to Cassia Lake. It's amazing. The property has been marketed by Matt Gates and Trish Edwards of our Ray White Sanctuary Cove office, and their details are on screen for further information. Now, in the last report prior to today, we summarised the activity for the year and showed the strong price growth that's been occurring in most areas and most sectors. Now, of course, price growth has created a lot of discussion the last week or two in the media, and about how price rises are putting a lot of pressure on household finances. People are a little challenged to understand whether housing affordability has improved off the back of falling interest rates, or whether it has declined as a result of rising prices. Well, interesting. Dwelling values have actually risen at roughly the same pace as household incomes over the last decade, which means, in non-technical terms, that the ratio of dwelling values relative to household income is fairly much the same. Interest rates have of course fallen to figures that none of us have ever seen before, and that certainly has improved loan repayment serviceability. At the same time, in the decade leading up to June of this year, we've seen medium dwelling values rise from $382,650 to $516,710. That equates to about 3% rise per annum. I have talked a lot this year about the lack of wages growth over the past 10 years, and it's been in the media very much this week. Now, we've averaged around 3.1%, which means we've risen from just over $59,000 per annum in 2009 to just short of $80,000 per annum this year. To get a comparison, average mortgage rates have fallen from 5.1% back in 2009 to 4.1% this year. As you can probably gather from the above, the ratio of dwelling values to household income is pretty much the same right throughout that period. If anything, generally speaking, we're not paying as much of our income towards a mortgage than we did 10 years ago. The ratio of dwelling values to household income has varied over the past 10 years and has moved from a low of 6.1% in late 2012, rising to 7% in 2018. However, the good news is by June of this year, it had dropped back to 6.5%. This is a fairly typical amount, which relates to an Australian household spending about 6.5 times the gross value household income in order to purchase a typical dwelling. This isn't to say that we can sustain a long period of price growth, but it does answer some of the questions that have been asked, particularly recently, about how much pressure the current surge in property values is going to have in the real estate market at large. Well, this is the last of this year's market reports, and I want to thank so many of you who have gone out of your way to express appreciation for the time and the effort that is put into giving you a broad spectrum of information about not only the market at large, but in particular the Gold Coast. Last week, we celebrated our 30th anniversary of owning and running the Ray White Surfers Paradise Group. 220 of the most amazing people delivering incredible results through unparalleled resources that our office provides. We are proud to be an iconic Gold Coast business, and we look forward to the next decade and the amazing future the Gold Coast has. So on behalf of our whole team, my brother Greg and myself, we extend the most sincere season's greetings to you. This is such a family orientated time of the year, and I hope you get to enjoy this season with your loved ones. And remember how lucky we are to be in this amazing part of the world. Live life with appreciation and generosity, and good things will always come your way. Merry Christmas.